The Toyota Prius. It was the never best looking car and it never drove that well, and it was always called an EcoBox on wheels. Well, this is the next generation, and it wasn't going to come to the UK initially, as the new CHR and Corolla were going to replace it. But with the increase in hybrid sales, Toyota have decided to bring it back to the UK. This is the new Toyota Prius. Let's have a look and see what it is like. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Cars and More. This is the #1 place to be for car news and reviews. Sit back, buckle up, let's go. So, let's start with the styling, as this has changed the most on the new Prius. The old Prius never looked great, but this one is completely different. It actually looks decent this time. So, let's start with the headlights. You have this new two-layer design to them, giving them a modern concept-like look. The actual headlights are on the lower layer and they are very slim. The headlights are connected to a thin black grille, and lower down we get a central air vent with a silver effect surround and a gloss black surround with bits that stick out the side to make the Prius look wider than what it actually is. Moving around to the side, we get a usual sleek silhouette of the Prius. We also get minimal creases to make the car as smooth and as aerodynamic as possible. We also get some big windows to let loads of light in, and we also get sporty alloy wheels, which makes the Prius look more premium than before. Moving around to the back, and we get a bit of an odd design, but it is better than what the previous Prius was like, which is a good start. We get this light bar and a black panel that leaks down to the side of the Prius. We haven't seen anything like this before on any other car. It does look modern and futuristic though, just like the big Prius lettering in the centre. The bumper mimics the style of the front central air vent, which I do like. Let's have a look at what engine, battery and motor options that you can have with the new Toyota Prius. So, with the Prius, expect the similar engines as the previous model, as it is based on the previous model's chassis. Let's start with the plug-in hybrid option. This uses a 2-litre petrol engine with an electric motor. In total, it gives you 220 brake horsepower, which allows for a 6.7 second 0 to 62 time. This isn't bad in a car like this. Electric only driving is also good at about 60 miles. For the normal hybrid models, you can either have a 1.8 litre petrol or a 2 litre petrol engine with 190 horsepower. The price of the new Toyota Prius has not been announced yet at the time of making this video. If it has been announced when this video goes live, I will leave a comment below. Let's have a look at the interior. So, getting inside, if you remember, the old Prius interior was never the best looking. It was always odd. This new interior, on the other hand, actually feels like it's come from a Toyota car. The new Toyota Prius interior has been stepped up in terms of design and materials. Let's start with the dashboard. We get the new Toyota infotainment system that can also be found on Lexus cars as well as new Toyota cars like the upcoming CHR. This infotainment system is easy to use and the graphics are very clear. The instrument cluster is now in front of the driver, and again it is very easy and clear to see. The whole dashboard design is minimalistic with a set of thin climate control switches and a premium centre console design with a gear shifter taken from a Lexus. What I also like is Toyota have copied Peugeot. They have put a small steering wheel in so you can see the instrument cluster over it and not through it. This may be a deal breaker for some drivers though, but I have tested it in a Peugeot and it is fine for me. The seats use premium materials and are quite comfortable, and you can easily do long journeys in them. Let's have a look at the back seats, as we all know this car will be mostly used for a taxi. So, getting into the back of the new Prius, and to be honest it is a bit of a disappointment. Because of the sloping roof, the headroom is not the best for people over 6 foot as they won't fit in with comfort. Legroom is much better now, but if you want to fit 3 people in the back, the middle person will not fit unless it is a child, as the middle seat is raised quite high, which means headroom is even less. You do get some USB-C ports now and rear heated seats, and the rear windows also go all the way down. Let's have a look at the boot. So, opening the boot, you are welcomed with only 284 litres of boot space. The boot is wide and long, but the reason why it is so small is that it is not that deep, as they have tried to reduce the load lip. Below the false floor though, there are some storage compartments, but they have been separated and can't be used that well. What it does mean though is if you fold the rear seats down, you do get a flat load floor, but I would expect better from Toyota as the size of boot is not the best in its class. So, what do I think of the new Toyota Prius then? Well, it's a good start. The design is much better than before and so is the interior. It's just a shame it's not as practical as the previous model. The size of boot is even less, which is a surprise. This won't make a great taxi car like the previous Prius. It's a shame really, as this is a much better car and it would not surprise me if there are more private buyers this time. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.